Alright, so we're going to go over what has sold over the last week. And it was average. As you can see by the amount of tabs open, the weekend also was actually kind of slow. The weekend was 8 for 429 bucks. It was Friday was okay. Saturday was horrible. Sunday night was where the sales came in. You'll see them. You'll see that once we get over to that. So starting off with some degree, of course. As you can see, 80 sold, 43 available. That's excellent. 6 people have it in their cart. Next was this Orbit Easy Set Logic Sprinkler Timer. Sold that for $37.99 free ship. And this went to Hawaii, if I remember right. And this one was pretty much new. It definitely looked new. You could tell it looked new. I have another one that doesn't look new that I have to play around with. This came from the latest Home Depot pallet. Next is this LA City Fire helicopter company, $3.99. Next is this Menlo Park Fire, $5.99. 3-pack of the Dove dry spray. And as you can see, I went out of stock this week. I finally sold out. The last, I think, 2 that I had finally sold. So that is good. Another degree. And then we got an Old Spice. As you can see, I'm down to 1 of those, which is good. Next is this Simpson Strong Tie adjustable post base 6x6. A lot of 4 of them. Sold it for $89.99 free ship. Pretty sure I sold these too low, because these sold suspiciously quick. So I think I sold them too cheap, I guess. But selling it too cheap is better than having it listed too high and it's sitting forever. So that also came from the latest Home Depot pallet. Next was this Ridgecrest Fire, $9.99 on that. There was the last Dove. Next was this White Ball X60 one-ply cloth paper towels. 40 bucks free ship on that. These came from the Staples pallet. As you can see, they were open. Multitask cleaning cloths. This also sold surprisingly quick. Considering I was figuring for a lot of the Staples stuff, I was going to have to hold on to it for a while. So anything I did sell quick was a bonus. Next is a Wagner Flexio 3500. This also came from the latest Home Depot pallet, $64.99 plus 20 ship on this. And this actually went up to Niagara Falls, to, I'm pretty sure, a freight forwarder, possibly a drop shipper. But I looked up the address of where it went in Niagara Falls, and it does look like it's a freight forwarder. But they did leave the note of don't include any invoices or anything. But I think it's just a freight forwarder to Canada. So either way, don't care. It's gone. So let's see, degree again. Now we're starting to get into Friday and weekend sales. Next was this Andis ORL professional trimmer. Sold it for 40 bucks free ship. Again, suspiciously quick this sold. So possibly too low. This came from the first HBA box. I did go through and list a few of the other stragglers that I still was looking at from the first box, and I will eventually go through and get the rest of it listed from the first box and the second box at some point, and can be done with those. Next was Henrico Virginia Police, $4.99. Next is this Rainbird Drip Irrigation Repair and Expansion Kit, sold for $22.99 free ship. Again, this was not something I was expecting to sell super quick. It's also got a decent amount of views, like 20 or 30. Because the sell-through rate on it's not good, which is why I was not expecting this to sell so quick. Because I ended up putting it at storage, which I'm going to have to go get. And of course, it kind of worked out that we didn't go to storage just yet, because this was earlier in the day. because at night I ended up selling 2 more things you'll see here in a second that are at storage. So it worked out that we didn't end up going earlier, but I will have to go tonight. Oh, and I have this at free standard shipping, where this should just be free ground advantage. Should be ground advantage. Oh well. Next is this Frankfurt Fire in Kentucky, $5.99. Next was this finally another Toro sold. A Toro 60 volt trimmer and blower combo kit. Sold that for $209, which is what I want. And as you can see, I got 2 more. And I'm surprised these have not sold before now, because if you look at the sell-through rate on these, if I remember right, the sell-through rate on this was over 100%. So there's no reason it shouldn't have sold by now, and a lot of them are selling around this $200 mark. So there's really no reason why this hasn't sold before now. Because it's a promoted listing too, so it's up there at the top of the search results. You know, when I looked, so hopefully I can get rid of the rest of these, because I'm still down $2,000 on that Toro pallet. So we got quite a long ways to go. But a couple combo kits and my full asking of $210 will help. Next was this Scott Slim Roll paper towels. Sold that for $60 free ship. And these again was not expecting these to sell this quick. So this is at storage. I'll have to go get it. Along with the Toro, that's at storage as well. So that was the 2 things of the good thing we didn't go to storage, because these 2 things were there. Oh, and actually, now speaking of storage, at the end of the video, I think I'll put in the clips I took of when I was there organizing. What was it, last week? Week before, whenever I was there. I'll throw those in at the end here. And then next was this Wagner Flexio 2500 for $20, because this one, as you can see, is very, very used. I mean, absolutely covered in paint. And if it was anything other than white, I might have just thrown it out. But because it's white, I figured that it was still sellable, and it is. As you can see, I still managed to get $20 for it. Obviously priced it way down at the 20 because it is so used. And it's still sold pretty quick, actually, May 28th. Like I said, it's about, 2-3 weeks. And that is actually the last of the ones that I had listed, what was it, after Memorial Day, when all those sold on the weekend. Or whatever, the week before, whatever week it was. So this was the last one of that, so I'm going to get the last 6 listed from the second paint sprayer palette, and then I'll list the last one that I have, or then list the one that I have from the new Home Depot palette. And I also did get a return request for one of these 2500s as well. The guy says it doesn't work. I don't believe him, because I power test these all before I send them out, so I think he's just, BSing me. So you open the return request, and of course it's coming from California. Oh yeah, I'm really gonna get screwed. It's coming from California. I'm gonna get stuck paying the return shipping. It's gonna be like 20-something bucks. Oh great, now that I think about this even more. Even if it is, and I told him I would only send a full refund if it was in the same condition and it actually was broken. Because he was whining about being charged the $15 of shipping, which he's so not going to get back if it doesn't work, that's for sure. And I probably will do a deduction, because I can't tell from the photos he sent me. They're not the greatest photos, but it does look like he might have used it. So if we did, I'll will deduct for that, because like I said, the shipping's going to screw me, especially since I went to California, which is why I charged the $15 ship, because if it's going to California, it costs $14 to ship it. So he's definitely not getting the shipping back. And like I said, I'll probably do deduction if it is more used. I didn't do it with the other person who did the false return, because the shipping, withholding the shipping was enough to mostly cover the shipping there, and then it coming back to me And then with eBay saying they'll chip in the $6 or whatever ridiculousness they said, assuming they ever actually do give me that money, I was satisfied. And it was already fairly used. I mean, it didn't really diminish the value on it, so I wasn't. That's why I didn't take a further deduction. But like I said, if it comes back more used, I'm definitely taking a deduction, and he's definitely not getting shipping back. So we'll have to see. It shows he created the label, so we'll see if he actually ends up shipping it back. And then the last thing was another degree. We'll switch over to the other account real quick. Sold another Tucson, Arizona police, $3.99. Knoxville, Tennessee police at $4.99. And then this FBI disaster squad, $6.99. So that is it for what has sold over the last week. And then we had that, let's say, the story about the one return request, which we'll see how that turns out. And then I'll show you the storage unit. I finally got a day off to get it organized, and it looks quite nice. Oh, and yard sale, we plan on doing that in 2 weeks. 21st and 22nd is when we plan on doing it. And as you can see, it's currently the 10th. So that, so that's, like I said, just under 2 weeks to get everything priced, which is the biggest thing, because I got pretty much all the big stuff is priced. It's just the smalls. A lot of smalls from Amazon. The one, the mystery boxes, the coffin box. There's some Walmart smalls in there, and then some other and then just other miscellaneous small stuff that was not worth eBaying that is a part of it. Whatever, just whatever conglomerate of products from different pallets. So that is it, and we'll see you guys next week. Alright, so Wednesday afternoon, I'm here organizing the storage unit like I said I was going to. So I did get the day off, so I was actually able to come out here and do some organization. So I'm kind of in the middle of it. I didn't think to show you before I started. But right now I'm going through the mailboxes that were up there from the very first pallet. Because I never actually went through them. They just got thrown in here. I never actually went through them because like these ones are broke. So like this one you can see it's broke just like the other one I showed you actually. So like I said, it's broke. This one I think this one's got the little chip damage in the corner. Probably doesn't really matter, but like I said, I don't want to look at these things. This one the flag's all messed up, which is probably a simple fix, but like I said, scrap and be done with mailboxes. So I got plenty of them. So there's a couple right here that are still good. These 4. So like I said, I'm working on these right now, and then there's like 2 more up there I'm working on. Those sprayers, I have to double check them. I'm pretty sure I originally looked at them, but I kind of just opened the boxes and looked at them. If it was anything obviously bad, I threw it out. But otherwise, I think those also just got shoved up there, and I didn't actually go through them. There's this shelf over here that had a lot of the edging, like I said, that we went because it was spring. Those were gone and sold. That's a random thing of edging that was left. There's these 2 things at Target. Those are yard sale things. Like I said, those are gonna be 2 for $5. They're super cheap to begin with. Then there's a box of behind that right there. That's a box of. All right, stupid phone. I didn't actually sign in. So like I said, those adult diapers from the one Sam's Club pallet. Those those will just, like I said, be yard sale, throw in there for a couple bucks. They probably won't even sell. I'll probably just end up donating them and be done with them. That is probably what's gonna happen with some of the stuff. After we're done with the yard sale, it probably will just be donate and be done with it. Pretty much depends on the pallet how good I've done on it. Whether I will just get rid of it or not. Like those, I'll probably end up just donating. Whatever doesn't sell these, I don't know. I'm hoping those will disappear and I won't have to look at them, but, because like those two things are from the palette with all the deodorant on it. That's a home run palette. I've already made a ton of money. I don't care, about squeezing the, whatever out of there, because they've already been sitting here for way too long. There's like, bleach that's from that same palette, which is probably not even really that good because it's been sitting around way too long. These damn ice cream trucks. I'll probably just throw them out after this. That palette was an absolute bad idea, and I knew that from the second I pulled the tag on it. But you pull the tag, you own it. So, as soon as we started loading them up, I regretted that decision. Whatever doesn't sell, I'll just throw them out. I don't care. Like I said, there's that stack there. There's that stack there. There's them there. There's some at the house as well. Well, this should sell though. This little fire ring. I gotta get that. We were gonna take it down for the spring to get it listed on Facebook to get it get it sold, but we'll put it in the yard sale. And that should be easy to get rid of. And then there's like these other things. I'm not even sure this ever got listed. I think it did, but the little tire swing. It's actually super expensive, but I do want to get that out of here because that obviously takes up a lot of shelf space. This shouldn't, in theory, shouldn't be hard to get rid of. Our mom had one on one of her pallets too, and she said it was like the easiest thing to get rid of. So we'll see about that. It's a little insulated duck. You can see flexible duck. So get that out of here. I'm sick of looking at that. This shelf is pretty much that free inventory shelf with the Simpson Strong Tie. That's $1,600 in free inventory. We'll throw them on that shelf. Like I said, there's the bleach. Some priority boxes under there. I gotta get out of there. Probably gonna get rid of the priority boxes. I don't ever use them. And they're the large mailing boxes, so they're like the 12, 12, 12, 10 or whatever. I have 12, 12, 12 boxes. I don't need those. I'm just gonna get rid of them. I have no use for them. Yeah, I think they are 12, 12, 10s because the paint sprayers just barely don't fit in them. And besides, unless the paint sprayers are going like, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, something like that, super close, it's not cheaper, so it's not worth sending it priorities. Like I said, I'll get rid of those. But that's eBay inventory. That's also eBay inventory. That's gonna be that'll probably end up becoming eBay inventory after that stuff's out of here. That'll be yard sale stuff up there. But I'm thinking of one of these. I want to put some of the staples, some of the paper products, stack them up on one of these top shelves. So I got to figure out which one is going to go on after this, after I sell some of this crap. So that's kind of. I got to have some space. I got the two chainsaws. Those will go in the yard sale as well. I left my brother in charge of listing them, and it hasn't really gone well. He did sell the one. But otherwise, these two haven't really gone anywhere. These wreaths as well, I'll probably just donate them. That's what's in those boxes as well. I'm seriously contemplating buy one, get one free on the wreaths and the ice cream trucks because there's so many of them and they just don't sell. Those are some sprinklers. Those will go yard sale as well. That's pretty much what this was. What the point of this is today is to get organized what is yard sale, what is not. Actually, I think I'm thinking maybe the red shelf. Maybe I'm trying to think if I really want to keep the eBay stuff all the way in the back here, and then have the yard sale on like one of these or both. I kind of want it more up front, than having go way in the back. But the shelves, these shelves are more set up for that than say like this one. So I don't know. We'll have to see. That might be like a post-yard sale thing. I'll figure out a better method of using these shelves. I gotta label them too. They need to be labeled like, rack 1, 2, 3, shelf 1, 2, 3, 4. Because I need to do that for my custom SKUs. I need to get a little more specific other than just storage rack 1. I have to work that out as well. So it's also the second storage unit, which I don't know if I want to end up getting to that or doing much with that today. It's got some stuff in it that needs to come out. because it's raining at the moment. But also there's Grandma's recliner that needs to come out of there. And that's kind of hard to get to. Some of that bubble wrap also needs to come out of there because I need bubble wrap, so we got to do that as well. So I don't have James here. He had to go to work, so he just, dropped me off. He was here for a little bit, loaded some stuff up. That was going back to the house, and then he left me because I don't really need him. He wasn't doing much anyways. I can pretty much do this myself. All right, I think that's enough stalling. We'll get back to work here. Like I said, these mailboxes, that cleared up a lot of space. So the sprayers will go through. That should clear up some space. And also, too, I got my tags here as well. So as I'm going through stuff, I can label it. If that's going to be yard sale stuff, I can label it like these are 2 for $5, 2 for $5 on the bleach. That's what I'm going to do on those. But you can't really see any. I got one of the tags shoved in the wipes box there. But then, you can see right there. The front side will be labeled what it is, the price, and then the back side will be what pallet will come from. Because I think that's how we're going to do the yard sale this year, to better keep track of whose stuff is what and like where it came from and all that. Is we're going to use these little tags. So you can just pull the tag off of it when it sells. And then that'll, help for bookkeeping of what was what and what sold. What sold from what pallet and for how much. Alright, hopefully this rain doesn't get too bad to where I need to close the door, because it's freaking hot in here already as it is. Over here, I don't need to close the door as well. But like I said, that stuff doesn't matter if it gets wet. The file cabinet's covered in the plastic bag. That pressure washer is pretty much parts only, and it's not mine anyways. The mailboxes, like I said, are scrap, so they can get wet all they want. Look at how much scrap James has got shoved in here. His whole side is... That box is actually mine, but... His whole side. Of course, we just found that lawnmower on the way over here. Where's the other one? Oh, it's right here. Found this too on the way over. The lawnmower and the modern lawnmower and the old lawnmower. The little push reel. Found that on the way over here, so. He's got so much crap as well. All sorts of different parts, pressure washers, and that. His side needs an organization on its own, but that's not my problem, so. This is ribbon, if I remember right. Yeah, it's all sorts of freaking ribbon. Which is not really a great time to sell this, because there's... Well, actually, I guess it is, because they haven't sold. At the pallet place, there was like 2 or 3 pallets of ribbon. So, not a great time to sell that, but... I'll get it out of here and be done with it. There's like these 2 things that I pulled off eBay. We'll just yard sale them. So, probably sell better. That keyboard, I'll just get rid of. I'll just donate it if it doesn't sell. I got it out of a dumpster over here, so... And I had it listed on eBay. Had, no views, no watchers or anything, so we'll just get rid of that. And then this drawer liners will, again, had them listed. I did have 2 watchers, but I haven't sent out offers on it in a long time. We'll just pull it. Hopefully it'll sell in the yard sale, and it can just be done with it. And not have to worry about it. That's a lot of the thing, is just be done with it. As it's inventory I'm sick of looking at, and just be done with it. Get it sold somehow. And be done with it. Alright, time to get back to work. Alright, so I'm pretty much done in here. So, this shelf doesn't really look any different, other than I took a couple things off the top. Like I said, I didn't really do anything with this shelf at all. Like I said, other than the sprinkler things that were here at the edge, and then there was 2 boxes up top that I pulled down, and then pulled them out to finally figure out what they were. Because I didn't really know what they were. They kind of just been sitting, just thrown in the box, and sitting up there ever since I got the first Home Depot pallets, what they're actually from. Alright, so I took these, because they were just over there on the floor, put them up here on the shelf, so they're out of the way, because they're getting super dusty, and there was a freaking spider living on it. I had to evict, so I need to get that cleaned up. I have to play around with this some more. It's definitely all there. It doesn't really look like it was used, but I was trying to pump it up, and it didn't seem to be getting any pressure, so I'm not entirely sure if it's just because I don't know what I'm doing, or if it's actually bad. So I have to do some more playing around with that before I can figure that out. But this is actually the only thing that's worth anything, because I didn't realize how cheap those sprayers are. The 2 gallons are $16, I think, and then the 1 gallons are $11. Because I had originally put the 1 gallons at $10. And then I decided Then when I looked up the 2 gallons to see how much they were, I decided, you know what, we'll drop those to 5 and put the 2 gallon at 10. Now there's a fly in here. So those 3 are good. There's only one that wasn't good. Right where you put this hose in to go down in it was no good. It almost looked like it was melted or something. So that was no good. That's in the garbage pile. I'll show you. These are what mailboxes were good from the first one. That little stack, not much. The fire ring, that's good. So that's up there. Like I said, that's yard sale stuff that's already priced and is ready to go. This will probably, the rest of the mailboxes from the second load will probably go here. There's nothing else on this shelf, just this post hole digger, which hopefully we'll be able to get rid of at the yard sale. It is listed on Facebook Marketplace, but not a ton of action on it, really. So hopefully the yard sale we can get rid of that. I pulled this little flexible duck out. I don't know if it's really good or not. Cause it's supposed to have that insulation around it, but there's like a huge section of it that doesn't have insulation on it. I don't know if it's just bunched up in the one spot, because I can feel it's kind of bunched up. So I don't really know what I'm going to do with that. And the problem is, this is actually expensive, so I don't want to just straight junk it. If it was like 20 bucks, I'd just throw it out, but it's actually like 120 bucks. So I have to do a figure out what I'm doing with that. Tire swing, like I said, that's the free inventory is there. That's bleach on the bottom. Ice cream trucks, didn't change anything with that. These 2 shelves are kind of condensed down, so now I got a bit of space, which is good. There's some Home Depot stuff. There's some stuff that I just got on this Home Depot pallet that could probably go here. There's some extra space here as well that I could always shove some stuff in. So we ended up filling this whole section up. There's the sprinklers that were over there. There's what was in the 2 boxes. It was just 2 air vent returns and then this dryer duct kit thing, so we just shoved those there. Everything else, I just shoved the other stuff that was kind of already here. That's all yard sale stuff. So is that'll be all yard sale as well. And then this is eBay. This will probably end up going back to eBay once these are gone. And then, like I said, with the ice cream trucks, I'm probably literally just going to throw them out and just get them out of here. And so the space can go back to probably eBay. Actually, might put some of the staple stuff here. But speaking of which, I gotta go to the second storage unit now and start working over there. So I can see there's a little pile of garbage. Like I said, the 1 sprayer and then the mailboxes that are no good. And there's the priority boxes. I'm getting rid of those. I'll just throw them out at the curb for free. If someone takes them, someone takes them. If not, the cycle truck will get them. Don't matter to me. So that one's actually literally a brand new pack of mailing boxes that I think I got for the Legos. Because I was running low on them, and there was quite a few of those Lego sets where it was cheaper to send it priority or like an extra $1, and I was almost out, so I bought another. So I got another pack, and I never ended up needing them. So like I said, I'll get rid of those. Those large mailing boxes, like I said, those are junk. I did keep a few in here. We'll use them for freaking drip boxes. We already did down there. I don't know if you can see on the bottom. They were being used as drip boxes, so. Again, we'll just throw those on the curb. Someone grabs them. Probably won't. No one probably will, but it is what it is. That file cabinet obviously needs to go back in here. That pressure washer, that'll need to come in here as well. File cabinet can just go right here. The pressure washer right behind it like it was before. So I do want to keep that. I haven't decided yet if I'm keeping that file cabinet or selling it. Because I do want another file cabinet, but it's not really the style I want. It's got the drawers in the front. I was hoping for the slide ones, so I'm probably going to end up selling that. And it is supposed to be a lockable one, but that lock doesn't really seem to work. But like I said, I'll probably end up selling that. That's just not really what I want. But when I seen it on the Staples pallet, I thought, oh great, file cabinet. I'll keep that. I'll end up keeping it, but probably not, because I don't have room for it upstairs, and I don't really have room for it here either. Unless maybe in the second one under the plywood shelf, maybe. But then that defeats the purpose of having the shelf up, that bottom space like I originally designed. So it'll probably just end up being sold. So, alright, like I said, we'll go over to the second storage unit, and I'm going to start organizing over there. There's not as much to do over there, really. It's kind of, I think it's really just more pricing some of the stuff that's over there. That I know is yard sale worthy already. A lot of the part of the organization needs to be done back at the house. The upstairs needs to be reorganized, and stuff needs to be brought over here that I don't want to keep at the house anymore. So that's, like I said, that'll fill up the rest of the shelf. Alright, I'll show you the second storage unit. Alright, so here's the second storage unit. Like I said, it's not much really to do in here. Although I do have to check to make sure some of this is listed. Some of it might not actually be listed. It was just thrown in here, and I figured I'd list it later. So I do have to double check. Probably not today, because I figured I was going to bring like the scale, the tape measure. I'll do that some other day. Probably like after the yard sale, I'll get this dealt with. Actually, no, the file cabinet, what am I talking about? Definitely would not fit under here. I don't know what I'm talking about. So like I said, I'll probably just end up selling it. But there's some stuff behind here. You can't even see it. It's pretty much just the turkey fryers, I think. There's like I think there's 3 of those that are back there. There's this that's gotta be sold. Oh yeah, there's a couple other sprayers as well. A lot of this is the staple stuff that needs to be that'll need to be dealt with here. But it's nice. I do have a free shelf now. Now that all the chainsaws sold, so I do have some space. This is gonna go back up top. This pole saw box will probably just stay here. Well, like there's all this staple stuff, so there's not really anything to organize in here. There's some yard sale stuff that needs to be pulled. Some of this Fisher Price stuff as well. It's in here. This whole box is yard sale stuff. This chainsaw, this other chainsaw, we'll throw that in the yard sale as well. That fishing pole. This is just parts. All these are all different part lots. From the paint sprayers. I figured I'd keep them because I'm sure I'll buy Home Depot in the future with paint sprayers on it that'll need parts. I'll probably organize them better, I think. I don't know how I'm going to organize them better, but they need to be organized better. Now that I think about it in here, I'm not going to do anything here. I'm going to sweep it. It needs swept. It's all dirty. But like I said, this has got to come out of here. This is going somewhere else. This bubble wrap, some of that's got to come out of here, so I can use it. You can't transport it whole, because well, I mean, you technically can, but it doesn't really fit in the car. You kind of had to shove it in there and then just drive with the trunk open. So as I said, we'll take some of the bubble wrap off. I'll take it home and I can use it. This is Grandma's crap. This also needs to be a more permanent solution, a shelf for her. Probably make this more stable, and put a shelf in over here. This big table is gonna go somewhere. I don't know where it's going, but this is part of Mom's staples. One pallet that she bought. That actually is where that bubble wrap came from. That's why we bought it, because I figured it was 75 bucks. This bubble wrap right here, that's worth 75 bucks alone. And it had a big locker that was in here that got picked up yesterday, and then there was this big table. So that's gonna be dealt with. These boxes gotta go up there somewhere in the box storage. But yeah, I'm just gonna sweep it out. There's nothing really in here to do. Just price some stuff out, which I can do that any other day. It doesn't need to be done today. So I'm just gonna do that. Yeah, get it cleaned up. A lot of these 350s, I'll take them back to the house, plug them in. Like I said, we'll yard sale as many of these as I can, because there's quite a few in here. And then the real organization needs to be done upstairs, which I'll have to do after this.